Throughout several parts of the course of the Major League Baseball season, fans questioned Commissioner Rob Manfred. Now, it got me to thinking, if I took hold of the commissioner's role, what changes would I make? So I've come up with 3 different things that I would do if I were commissioner of Major League Baseball. And we're going to get into them, starting with number 1. Now, the easiest for me is something that is likely going to happen within the next coming couple of seasons, but I would institute the electronic strike zone. We've already covered Robo-Umps here on the channel. I will leave links to that video down in the show notes below. When you look at what the electronic strike zone can mean for Major League Baseball, it truly allows for a better calling of the game. I think that when you look at what some of the different ranges that we have when it comes to umpires being able to call balls and strikes correctly, there is a bit of a wide range. For the most part, umpires do a very good job. However, there are some very egregious calls throughout the course of every single Major League game, all except one. All except for Pat Holberg in the World Series this past season. So when we look at the electronic strike zone, it can truly mean a better game for Major League Baseball overall because of having such less egregious calls and truly being able to not have to worry about Angel Hernandez behind the plate. Now, the second change that I would make as the commissioner of Major League Baseball is I would remove the blackout restrictions on MLB.TV. If you're paying for an MLB TV premium subscription service, you shouldn't be limited because of the area that you are. Obviously, if you're a fan of Major League Baseball, you're most likely a fan of your local team. And with that in mind, having the ability to actually watch your team through the Major League Baseball TV subscription and the MLB app is absolutely a must for me. There's no doubt about it. This is a big time pet peeve throughout the course of the fan base of Major League Baseball, and removing it makes it much more accessible to fans of all ages. And as we look at the third change that I would make, this is probably going to be the most controversial and obviously the most talked about of the 3. I would institute a substitution / re-entry rule to Major League Baseball. You have 2 options within the game after the 5th inning of play to be able to substitute and or re-enter a player that was previously removed. You also have the opportunity to, let's say, for example, Miguel Cabrera gets on base for the Detroit Tigers, but you have Akil Baddoo, who is a much faster runner that you want to put into the game in a very high leverage situation in the 7th inning. But you want to be able to put Miguel back into his role as the hitter for the following at bat. You have that ability now with a substitution / re-entry rule. Obviously, there's going to be some tweaks and things that we'd have to figure out in the underlines of this type of rule, but being able to add something like this to me allows for Major League Baseball to truly look for the best spots. You also look at a big time high leverage situation, bases loaded 9th inning, and you have a backup middle infielder in the game already because he was there for defensive purposes. But you can now substitute in a Mike Trout to hit for him in that spot. Being able to do something like this would actually bring a lot more attention to the sport of Major League Baseball, and in my opinion, truly allows for the game to find its way back to being America's favorite pastime. But I want to hear from you guys. Let me know your thoughts, your feelings. What changes would you make? What 3 things would you do if you were commissioner of Major League Baseball? Let me know that down in the comment section below. Or you can find me over on Twitter at @banter_baseball, and we can keep the conversation rolling there. As always, keep it locked in to the entire GLMG family with the WeSibs, the Granite Geek Show, and of course here, your favorite baseball channel, the Baseball Banter Broadcast, by hitting the subscribe button on all 3 channels. Keep it locked into our partners by clicking on the links in the show notes below, Lids as well as Epidemic Sound. And if you want to show even more support for us here at the Baseball Banter Broadcast, you can do so by heading over to baseballbanterbroadcast.com, using any one of the number of promo codes we have on the site, like Give Thanks, to be able to save on your Christmas shopping needs for that baseball fan in your life. Keep it locked in all offseason as we continue to look at the latest news, notes, and my personal thoughts, theories, and opinions on the game of Major League Baseball. Peace.